What's up, everybody? It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the creditrepairshop.com. I wanted to make this quick video. This popped up on my news feed today, and I thought that it was important to share this with you because there's a lot of people that are falling into this situation. And in my videos, I've talked about where debt collectors are buying debt, and this debt is not legal to even collect. Well, this is even worse. This is where people are being called and hounded for debt that they didn't even owe. They call this phantom debt. Now, this was a story about an individual, Adam uh, Theron, and he was working from home, and all of a sudden a debt collector called, and said that he owed a debt. And he knew that he did not owe the debt. But let's go through the story here. There's some points that I want to make because it's the stuff that I always talk about when we're discussing what to do when any debt collector calls you. Any debt collector, it doesn't matter. Even if you owe the debt, and they went as far as this person threatened to do something to his wife, which is crazy. Where is it here? Right here. I'm not going to say the word. I don't want to get it banned here on YouTube, but this is what the debt collector said to his wife, or said that he was going to do to his wife. So let's get right. Let's go to it. Okay, so this is it's known as phantom debt. This is where what they'll do is they'll just start calling people claiming that they owe money, and what they do is they target people that are not, well, they target a lot of people, but the people that usually end up getting taken advantage of are people that are less educated, or they maybe they have debts that they owe to other people, and they're thinking that this is potentially one of those, and so they get talked into making a small payment or making some type of payment on this money, and it was a debt that they actually really never even owed. They were showing here in the article some places that they get the debt from, and some of it is from old loan applications, long expired obligations, which I talk about in the debts that is sold from people, and then data that is hacked from accounts. This is how these companies are getting it. They're getting that information, and then they're starting to call people. Now, back in 2012, here we go here, a call center in India was busted for making over 8 million calls in 8 months to people claiming that they owed collections. And, this company got into big trouble for doing it. And, but the thing about it is they're making 8 million calls in 8 months. Just think if they got, $1 out of, all of those people. That's $8 million that they fraudulently got from people that never owed a debt, to these people. But they took, they scared them. They took it, made them get emotional. They used very hard tactics on them with threats. You could see what this individual was claiming to do, that he was going to come to this person's house. I mean, what if you're a single mom with kids and someone is threatening to come to your house if you don't pay this money, if you don't send them any of the money? So you got to be very careful when it comes to any letter that's sent from a debt collector. And something that I'm going to be doing in a video for Monday is I'm going to break down a letter that a new customer just gave us for, I think it was over $50,000. A debt collector is trying to come after her for, but I'm going to show you exactly how we would approach dealing with that debt collector, so we can make sure, number one, that it's legitimate, and that she does have to pay it, and then number two, the process of making a settlement offer on that debt, running it through the Real Debt Solution, the 8-point validation system criteria to, number one, make sure that the debt is legal, valid, able to be collected. Number two, taking it through a settlement process. But moving on, what this company, what they did is they just pretended like this guy had a payday loan that he owed, and he knew he did not have owe the lender any money, but they just, hounded him. They called him, said all types of things to him. And eventually this thing here just blew up to where this person got so upset that they started investigating the company, and it ended up uh, get where he found out that this company was involved in all types of fraudulent activity. So some of these debt collection companies, they're really not just debt collectors. These are people that are out there that are trying to defraud people. They're doing all types of scams, all types of schemes to get money out of people. They're not just in the debt collection business. One of the things is that these people are highly trained salespeople, and they're trained on putting pressure on people to try to get them to pay money, even when they don't owe the money. So it shows here that he was armed with proof that the debt was invalid, and I think one of the things that came up in this article was that the information was sold. That individual's information was sold to another company, to a marketing company, and that marketing company ended up taking that information and just starting to call people over debts. And so this was, this thing here was pretty deep. I mean, I invite you to go and read the article. When I read it, I was like, this is just incredible that there's a lot of stuff like this that's going on, and I just want to make you aware of it. That's when I see stories like this, it makes me want to do this business even more, because the debt collectors have to follow the law. Debt collectors have to prove that the debt is yours. They can't just say that the debt is yours. But what happens is a lot of people get emotional. They have these high pressure tactics, and people can end up paying a debt that they really didn't have to pay. They can end up paying a debt, number one, that that was past statute of limitations, and I talk about that a lot in my videos. And then number two, they can end up paying a debt that's just a phantom debt, like they're talking about in this article, where it was just a debt that he didn't even owe, where the company was just throwing mud at the wall and seeing what would stick. And the people that paid some money, what did it matter to them? They never put out any money other than to buy the list, or they maybe even stole the list. So be careful when a debt collector approaches you. Don't let that 30-day letter expire. You have 30 days to respond. Even if you know you owe the debt, you should still request a full debt validation of the debt. And if you don't know how to do that, please go to my channel, creditrepairshop.com, and you can see how to do a complete debt validation. You also have a right to do a debt validation even if you are being sued and you have a court summons or a court citation. You still have a right to do a debt validation. So it's never too late, unless you let it go to a default judgment and you don't do anything about it, or you let it go to a judgment and you don't write your responses to the court answering to the debt. Then it's going to be too late, but it's never too late. So if you need help with your credit, please visit thecreditrepairshop.com. I invite you to get your credit reports and scores. Remember, everything starts there. Go to the number 3scores.com. The links are at the bottom of this video, and I invite you to go read this article, because you'll get a lot of information out of it about my teachings and what I talk about with videos, where some people think that this stuff doesn't happen, that people are not trying to come after people for debt that is not valid, that people are trying to come after people for debt that doesn't even belong to them. They think that this is just like maybe a flash in the pan. This is a huge problem in the United States. This is a huge problem where people are being attacked by debt collectors that don't even have any legal right to collect the debt, and some of the debt is debts that the people do not owe. So please post your comments. Please ask your questions. Please subscribe to my channel. This is Stephen Williams, founder and president of the Credit Repair Shop. Thank you.